Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my dear friends and family. Whatever time zone you are in, I hope this finds you well. Welcome back to another episode of Rocking Out with Jesus. This is going to be a slightly noisier episode than usual, simply because there's this thing called the sun, and this weekend the sun has been quite strong. And as I may have covered in previous videos, if I haven't, then this is the way that these videos run. I'm parked up in a car park somewhere in the northeast of England, which means the sun is beating down on my car, and this weekend in particular, I'm having to have the windows down because it's just too hot. This weekend I am covering He Ain't Heavy by the Hollies, written by Bobby Scott and Bob Russell, originally recorded by Kelly Gordon in 1969, covered the next year, 1970, by Neil Diamond, and the Hollies re-released it in 1988. I'm going to do this as a two-parter. The first part, and it's all going to be in the first two verses, because otherwise this song has so much in it that could be used, and I feel like we might all get sick of it by the end of it. So the first video I'm going to post, part one, is going to cover the lyrics that go along the lines of: "The road is long with many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where, but I'm strong." So what we can glean from this, I'm going to break it down into a few sections. The road is long with many a winding turn. Have you ever felt on this walk of life, whether with faith or not with faith, that you don't know where you're going and it's taking you an awful long time to get anywhere? And we spoke last time about seasons and about how there's always different times for growing and reflecting and resting and giving and receiving, and all these beautiful seasons that we go through in life. But have you ever just gotten really tired of still going? You don't have to answer it out loud, just in your own head, because I won't be able to hear you. I understand from a personal aspect what it feels like to be on a road that doesn't seem to end and doesn't seem to actually go anywhere. And it is only through my beliefs, my faith structure, my learning about this guy called Jesus, that I have, of the later years of my life, these past few years, realised that no matter how I register the destinations that I end up at, whether I register them as good or bad or indifferent, that I haven't gotten there by mistake. It's only through reflection that I've worked out that everything that I've done in life, good or bad, has led me to this point right here where I'm talking to you. And this road has been a long road. I may only be 31, but I have a lot of life experiences. Those who know me personally can agree with me on that. It's really common to go through life without feeling like you've got purpose, being scared, feeling lost and helpless. But the next line is, a lot more hopeful, that leads us to who knows where, and then it's echoed in the song as who knows where. But we do know where we're going to end up. If we choose to live this life with Jesus, which I'm hoping, if you haven't already chosen, that you are getting very close to choosing, we know that the road is going to be long with many winding turns, and in Matthew 16:24, we're actually commanded by Jesus. It reads, "Then Jesus said to his followers, if people want to follow me, they must give up the things they want. They must be willing to even give up their lives to follow me." Some translations say, "Pick up your cross and follow him." That's the basic message. We're told from very early on in the gospel that the life that we live with Jesus is not going to be easy. In the end days of Jesus' life here on earth, he had to carry a cross for a very, very long distance. And this was a great hunking big chunk of wood that he would eventually get nailed to lose his life for our sins. So when it says pick up your cross and follow me, it means not only does it prove that Jesus knew sort of that his life was going to end, but it also means that it's going to be hard. You know, my dad, who is an amazing man, and my mum has echoed this sentiment. My mum's also an incredible woman. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody ever told you that life was going to be easy. Nobody ever told you that life wasn't going to be difficult. They just said it would be worth it. Who knows where? The answer is the kingdom. Very simple. A time where we, as fallible human beings, we fall short of the glory of God every day. But we know that if we serve him, and if we believe in him, and if we follow him, then we will feast with our Father in heaven. That we will party with the angels, with all of his creation. And this is really important. A lot of people argue about where the kingdom will be, whether it will be heaven or whether it will be heaven on earth. I don't know that, and I'm not going to go into trying to work that out in this video. But all I know is that the kingdom will be with followers that have come before us and that will come after us, and with our friend Jesus. It's really interesting that this song quite openly says that the road is going to be really tough and really difficult. And then the next 3 words, and that's how important the next message is, that it only needs to be conveyed in 3 words. But I'm strong. And this takes me, sorry, ignore the sound of me flicking through my Bible. This takes me to a place that that I've been regularly reminded of in the Bible by a very, very dear friend of mine. And it's Philippians 4:13, the letter to the Philippians written by Paul. Paul, a man who went through so much in his journey to honouring Jesus and being with him. In Philippians, and again, just one verse, Philippians 4, verse 13, says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And what I take from that is that, yes, as the song acknowledges, the road's long and winding, and we don't know where it's going to take us on our route. We know our final destination, but we don't know how we're going to get there. But that reassurance, but I'm strong. And I'm strong through Christ who strengthens me. I'm strong enough to take on the challenges of this world. I'm strong enough to go through the struggles wherever my path may lay. But Christ has strengthened me to get through it. It's not something that we've done ourselves. It's not something that we have managed to pull out of our own... there's a word there that I'm not going to say. It's not something that we've managed to do on our own. It's the blessings that Jesus has put in our lives. It's the people that he's surrounded us with, both family and friends. And I would call you to just reflect on that. Reflect on what Jesus has put in your life to help you through the long, winding roads. I'm going to end this with a prayer, as that seems to be the format that I've fallen upon. And I want to actually mention last weekend in the prayer. So get yourself comfortable. We're about to talk to Jesus. Jesus, this road is long and confusing and scary. And there are times where we feel lost and broken and alone. There are times when we as humans really struggle, like I did last weekend. There are times when we convince ourselves that we are not good enough for this world. There are times where the world tries to convince us that we're not good enough. Lord, it's important as these days continue, as the systems and powers that are in place seek to destroy us, that we remember that the only power in this world that is worth paying attention to is you. Lord, thank you for this opportunity to take a few minutes out of our lives to walk this long and winding road with you. Thank you for the blessings that you have put around us that help us on this road. Thank you for the strength that you have given us. Amen. And that's the video. That's the end of the little lesson from part 1. I'm going to go away and record part 2 now again, like I did with the last video. So if you're enjoying these so much that you want to see the next half immediately, that's not going to happen. But if you give it half an hour, I should have the next video ready and uploading. The way that YouTube works is that if you subscribe to my channel and set notifications to all notifications, when I post a video like this, it will pop up on your device and it will tell you when it's been uploaded. This is something that I had to do for my parents who are listening into these little podcast things. 2 weekends ago I did it. So I encourage you to whack a subscription in and join us more regularly so that I don't have to remind you. YouTube will do that for me. It's a world of technology. Again, sorry for the noises in the background. I have had the windows open. I am still too hot, so I am going to take a break before the next video. I hope that your Sunday is going well, or whatever day you are listening to this on. And I look forward to sharing you the next bit of the song. Goodbye, and God bless.